So I'll leave you a link to a Facebook post that highlighted the following, because it's always nice to be nice. If somebody's prepared to drop a link that's useful to others, then it's always nice to put their original link in, if you can. And so I went to this. So bear with me. Think about this. A senior US health official is sounding the alarm after explosive revelations that Canada's government run euthanasia program is now intertwined with organ harvesting, calling it a strange new horror that should terrify the world. Well, it should. And we've been, various people have been talking about this for years, about this MAID program. And you think about this, even the terminology MAID. Now, from one aspect, it almost feels cozy because, in a hotel sense, the maid looks after your hotel room, etc. Some may conjure up an image of a milkmaid, whatever. But maid, think about this. It's also a cultic mockery because what is a maid service? It's basically cleaning up your room, but cleaning up things. Yeah? Seriously, when you think about this, the mockery on steroids. Yeah. So O'Neill responded after reports confirmed that organs are being taken from patients who are medically euthanized. We thought we'd seen all the possible horrors, in America, O'Neill said, according to the Washington Examiner. And then Canada had this strange new horror that was really just shocking. So O'Neill's comments follow a deeply disturbing case involving a 38-year-old Canadian man who was euthanized and had his heart harvested. The organ was then transplanted into a 59-year-old American man suffering from heart failure. Now, you've got to ask things like, was the 59-year-old wealthy? Was it, and which ties into, and it's examples even in sci-fi, and I remember this distinctly from the 90s, from an episode of Babylon 5 called Deathwalker, and that's what I typed in. But Jadur's speech, honestly, when you think about what's being said here, and in a lot of movies and film, and books, the occultists love to externalize the hierarchy, or worse to that effect, because at least that way they've told you, and if you haven't worked it out by now, well, we'll beside you, yeah. You could absolutely look at this from so many angles, but think about what's happening in the UK. Assisted dying. What they said was going to be the screening process. X amount of doctors, blah, 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 and then they watered all that down. What you're seeing happening in Canada is going to happen in the UK because of apathy. And I'll speak to you soon.